So I think one of the things that defined our family, or that we love most about our family, is our sense of humor. What are some funny times that you remember having with mom?
Um, well, I part of what I remember is that she would write little notes
Mm-hmm.
and make lists and put them up in different places.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and some of them I think we have saved in the books.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at one recently where you kids kind of rebelled and said, we're not going to do this, 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 that, and the other. But it was coming off of one of her lists about, putting things away or picking things up or cleaning up after the dog or something. I can't
Mm-hmm.
remember what it was, but her lists were very funny
Yeah, and pointed.
and pointed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As I mentioned, she had because she was very bright, she had a very quick wit and a very subtle wit, and so she took delight in funny situations.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we love to watch the Pink Panther movies,
Mm-hmm.
those kinds of things where there was just a lot of just natural humor. Uh, we could laugh at almost anything, and did laugh a lot. I mean, our family culture was, I think, fun would be a word that describes a lot of that.
When you were first married, did you know how much fun you would have with each other?
We seemed so natural together. We never got bored. We could talk for hours and hours and hours. That to me was such a rich thing, to have somebody that you didn't have to strain to talk about something, or the silence is deafening or whatever. We just loved life, and we loved all of the same things. And when she introduced me to the world of music uh, and more in terms of
That
scholarship and
must have
stuff,
been incredible to you.
it was really incredible. I
You must
remember
have felt like you'd been a deaf man until she introduced you to
I
Bach.
I remember going to the First Congregational Church in Madison to hear the St. Matthew Passion and feeling like I had gone to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, feeling like, what is this universe? Interestingly, I had the impulse before I met her, and before I knew this, to seek for those things. But she had, first of all, elevated taste, and she was very sophisticated in her understanding of them. So we would go to concerts and plays and readings and things. And she really, I mean, my universe began to expand at BYU with my classes and things. But your mother expanded it infinitely in terms of music. And then when we would perform, one of the great things for our family, we all sang in the choir,
Yeah.
in your mother's choir. And you kids were all good musicians, and she was such a good teacher. And I can remember her sitting at the piano playing, and one of you would come in and you'd start singing, and somebody else would come in and start singing. And that kind of beautiful thing that happened and on on our trips where we sang, she put together little songbooks.
Yeah.
So we had all of these songs that we would, when we went on vacation, for hours we would uh, uh, sing songs, and and so that family experience of singing. But for me to, and then when she started into graduate school at Madison and got a very prestigious scholarship, and so she would come home, and we would have change babies and talk about her class and my class, and I was preparing for my finals, my oral exams, and we lived in that big house, and it was an adventure.
Hmm.